The Lie That Saved Us. Narrated by Nicole. I never thought returning to my hometown after 10 years would feel like reopening a wound I never really healed. From the train window, the sunflower fields looked just like they had when I left. Everything looked the same, except me. I was a different woman now. Nicole Turner, interior designer in Manhattan, engaged to Daniel Morgan, a prestigious corporate lawyer. A tidy life, a full schedule, a wedding planned down to the last detail. Everything perfect. Or so I thought, until I saw his face. Walter, the boy I left without looking back, the man who never knew that I once carried a part of him inside me, and lost it. I returned to Willow Creek to help plan my parents' 40th wedding anniversary. My mother insisted as if she could still control me from miles away. I stayed at the old Jameson guest house by the river, small, cozy, full of memories. I saw him on the second day. He was loading wood into an old truck outside the former library, now a cafe. His hair was still messy, his beard fuller, his arms strong, but what broke me was his gaze, hurt, restrained just like mine. "Nicole," he murmured, as if saying my name for the first time in years. I didn't know what to say. I nodded, forced a smile, and walked away, but inside, I was trembling. "Are you okay with Walter building the anniversary stage?" my mother asked 2 days later over breakfast. "Walter, the carpenter?" "Yes, he makes furniture now, does restorations, and he's good. Plus, his niece attends the book club with my friends. The little girl is lovely, poor child." "Niece?" "Yes, she's been living with him since his sister passed away. There it was, a part of his life I would have never known if I hadn't come back." A week later, I found myself standing in front of Walter's workshop. The event needed wood finishes, a rustic arch with lights, and his name kept coming up as the best. It was inevitable. "Are you sure?" asked Sarah, my childhood best friend who came with me. "Yes, he's a professional, and so am I." We knocked. Walter opened the door. "Hi, I'm here about the anniversary work," I said firmly. He nodded without a word and let us in. The workshop smelled of freshly cut wood and memories. "You designed this?" I asked, pointing to a curved walnut bench. "Yes, I made it for Lila's school, my niece." The name felt soft, warm. Lila. He showed me a sketchbook full of designs. Each line spoke of sensitivity, of someone who still felt deeply, like him. "So, you'll take the job?" I asked. "Would you be honest if I said no?" He looked at me with the same intensity that once made the world stop. And for a second, it did. The days that followed were a dance of silences. I watched him from a distance as he measured wood. He avoided looking at me more than necessary. But something hung in the air, heavier and heavier, like a storm that refused to break, until it did. It was late. We were reviewing the setup. He looked up. "Why didn't you call me?" I froze. "Now's not the time," I murmured. "No, it was the time many times, and you let it pass. I just want to know, why did you disappear?" I took a deep breath. I knew then I couldn't keep running. "I was pregnant, Walter." His eyes widened. He stepped back. "What?" I was scared. My mom said it would ruin my future, that you had nothing to offer, so I left. I thought I could handle it on my own. "And the baby?" My throat tightened. "I lost it. 5 months in. I never told anyone. I just wanted to forget everything." Walter sat down. His hands trembled. I cried for the past, for what was, for what wasn't. "I don't know if I can forgive you," he said the next day while hammering in silence. "I understand," I replied. "But I can't stop thinking, what would have happened if I had known?" I ask myself that every single day. And so we continued building the anniversary stage while breaking down the ruins of our own story. I met Lila on the 3rd day. She was 7, with light brown hair and eyes just like Walter's. "Are you the friend from before?" she asked. "Yes, I was his friend, a long time ago. He doesn't talk about you, but once I heard him play a sad song on the piano, and he cried. I think it was for you." I couldn't help but smile, or hold back the tears. The day of the anniversary came. String lights hung from the wooden arch Walter had built with his own hands. My parents danced to a local band. Everyone laughed. But I only looked for him, and I found him, a few feet away, with Lila on his shoulders, showing her the lights. It was the most beautiful sight I'd ever seen. "Can we talk?" I asked as I walked up. He lowered the girl and nodded. I don't expect anything, I said. I just wanted you to know the truth. Not for you to forgive me, just so you'd know. Walter took a deep breath. His eyes went to the girl. Do you know why I adopted Lila? I shook my head. Because I knew what it was to lose someone before even having the chance. I didn't want her to feel that. Not again. I stepped closer. I lost you, and I lost him or her too. But I still love you, Walter. I never stopped. Silence. Then he stepped forward, then another. He hugged me. Tight. Like time hadn't passed. Like forgiveness might be possible. I loved you this whole time too, he whispered. A week later, I broke off my engagement with Daniel. Not because of Walter, for me, because I realized love isn't perfection. It's truth, it's fighting, it's choosing every day, even when it hurts. I stayed in Willow Creek. At first, just for a few months. Then the months became years. Walter and I rebuilt more than just a relationship. We rebuilt ourselves. And though there were nights when we cried for the child we never had, there were also mornings when Lila jumped into our bed and reminded us that love always finds its way back.